So, Tommy, you're now coming out of the court. What has happened?
Only accredited journalists, when they say accredited, only government-supported journalists were allowed to report on the second half of the trial, which means no one, I guess, out here, because you're not going to hear it from the mainstream media, because I've looked through the mainstream media's reporting on the case this morning. It's insane. It's fucking insane. All the unlawful stuff they've done, all the illegal stuff they've done, and not one part of it has been reported on. It's mad, which is a need for people like Ezra and other people who have flown over from Canada to come and report on this. Unfortunately, he's been gagged today from when we went back in. No one else other than the government control, which, what is that? That's communism, no? Only government-controlled media are allowed to report on what's going on inside the courtroom. And it's meant to be about fair and open justice for people to understand. The reason why we need citizen journalists is because these fucking frauds don't report. We've seen that by the reporting this morning. We've seen that. But an officer has accepted this afternoon, which you wouldn't have heard, that he held me unlawfully because he was supposed to have done certain things that he didn't do, and then there was 3 different things that he was lawfully had to do that he didn't do in order to detain me under Terrorism Act. It's not like we're stopping you for a quick check in your car. We're nicking you for terrorism. We're using terrorism legislation to detain you and pump around the whole world that you're being charged under the Terrorism Act. You better make sure your shit's in order. And none of it's in order. The reason for detaining me wasn't in order. They just made up as they went along. What we then found out is they made up stuff today that's not in their statements. Do you know how many times we've asked them for disclosure? And they've refused it. So we've gone back saying, what did you do for an hour and a half? Because they detained me, there was a 40-minute gap, then there's another hour and a half gap. What were you doing in that time? From stopping me originally, what was going on? We know what was going on. It was going up the ladder to the top, yeah? And they were making decisions. But they didn't make any notice, and even though we asked them, what were you doing, they refused to answer. And then today, we were taking information from other organisations. Well, we've asked you that multiple times. You have to give us disclosure, which they haven't given. They didn't give. So now there's been another application to make the judge aware. We've asked all this information, then they've brought shit up today in court where there's no evidence of it, there's no paperwork trail, there's no email trail, there's nothing. And then he started making up, do you know what his reason was? Islamophobia. Islamophobia. What even is Islamophobia? They're taking it from the Labour government's Islamophobia bill. You talk about Islam, we're going to nick you under terrorism. That's it. Anyway.
And back tomorrow.
And back tomorrow for the verdict. Let's hope the judge gives us something to have a bit more faith in judges in the UK forward. Last time I was in this court, I got a positive result from a judge. I wish I was tried by a jury, but I think after the judge listening to that absolute facade of a shit show of legal corruption and bullshit from a police force which detained someone under Terrorism Act within 30 seconds of seeing who I was. And then they've tried to make up and wrote statements 6 months later, 9 months later. Why didn't you write this at the time? Why you wrote multiple, all of the officers trying to get their ducks in order? That's what they were trying to do a year later. Well, why did you detain him? And then they're making up all the reasons. So let's see what happens today.
Has the trial finished today, Tommy?
Yeah, turn the camera around for a second. You're a member of the press. You was in there today. You're a member of the press. You was in there today. Can I ask you, what did you think of the fact? What did you think of the fact? It's a contempt court case. No, it's not. No, it's not. There's no jury. That's only for juries. There's not contempt. That's a lie. That's a lie. No. You're a member of the press.
I can't discuss.
Well, I've looked at your reporting today. I've looked at your reporting. I've looked at your reporting today. Yeah. Why don't you tell the truth? Why don't you tell the truth about what happened in court today? Why don't you tell the truth? Why don't you tell the truth? You see, that's the media. Where's I'm here. So they're running away from you. That's the mainstream media, yeah? He is sat in that court case. We'll see what verdict we get tomorrow. Not one of them has reported any of the unlawful stuff the police have done. And then do you know what? He went to the judge. He went to the judge to make sure Ezra was stopped reporting. He did. He was the grass. He went as a member of the press to point out that he's sitting in the public gallery and he's reporting on this case. To prevent him reporting so that the only narrative you get is from them. Fast car, cash in his car. Why do I have cash in the car? Because we collected a demonstration the day before and I can't bank in the UK, you mucks. Anyway, yeah.
They mentioned about vague answers.
Yeah, he asked me one question. Where are you going? Benidorm.
So you can't make that long. Now, I was in there today watching you.
Yep.
And one of the things I like to do when I'm doing journalism, I like to watch people when they think the cameras aren't on them.
Yep.
And I was seeing you at times look genuinely perplexed. You look genuinely perplexed at some of the things they were saying. Was this like almost new to you?
Well, they were bringing stuff up that we've been trying to get out of them for the last year. Information, what happened in that time. Then today we went to different organisations. No, but you haven't told us that. And we've tried to get out of you for 12 months. So you're bringing stuff up in court that you have not given us disclosure for, which is unlawful because they're meant to give us full disclosure, and we haven't had disclosure. So it's like they just suited it. And then, as you said, as you heard in his evidence, they admitted so many things. Well, how come you haven't said that in your statement then? How come you haven't said that? So for me, I'm standing here, I have to keep coming back on trial for what is a total abuse of the system, a total abuse of their own laws, and to watch counter-terrorism be made to look like schoolboys, which is what happened today. If you're going to detain people, this legislation is so overpowering and overreaching on people's freedom and rights. You have to have reason to start detaining people under terrorism legislation, not it's Tommy Robinson. Yeah? Because that's the reality of what they've done in 30 seconds. He recognised me, you're detained. I give vague answers. As it said, my passport shows that I travel out of the country every other week, yeah, to the location which I was going. It wasn't suspicious. It's not suspicious at all. They didn't even ask me. He was driving someone else's car. I had the logbook and I had the man sitting on the phone. They didn't ask to speak to him. They didn't look at the logbook. They didn't mention the car. They didn't mention anything. Even in the questioning, no mention of terrorism, no mention of violence. So what was the purpose in it?
Finally, the magistrate is the judge, jury and executioner.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you think today is just a formality and that they've already decided you're guilty, or do you think you could actually win?
I think the fact that people have been able to live stream for the first half of the court, and many of the public are going to have heard the evidence that happened today, I think that it's going to be very difficult. I think it's very difficult for him to side with the counter-terrorism, with what that absolute bullshit that's come out today in court. The fact that they've unlawfully detained me. They've admitted, that last officer admitted that I was unlawfully detained, and that he couldn't have held or made the decision because he didn't know what was going on or check what was going on. Yeah? So he couldn't have made that decision. It has to be unlawful detainment. So just on that one point, but there wasn't that one point, was there? On each officer, there was a point, and there was lies, blatant lies, which they were caught out with today. So let's see what happens, yeah?
Tommy, you're doing God's work.
Thank you.
And the Patriots are
Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Can I have the microphone up?
Yep.
Thank you,
Well,
sir.
we're off, yeah?
So that's Tommy Robinson's big up, 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 big up.
Some good stuff there.
Yeah, man. So that's Tommy Robinson. What's up, Tommy?
I didn't have your pink card.
Oh, did it come off him?
It was asking for the pink card, but I thought
Yeah, Adam. So for those of you who are watching, my name is Wendell Daniel, and welcome to Urban Scoop, and we're coming to you live and direct, live and direct from the trial, day one of the trial, down here at. Just as long as it's focused. So the trial is now coming to an end today, and like Tommy said, we will be back tomorrow from roughly around 9 o'clock till whenever the court trial has finished. So we will be back tomorrow, and all I can say is it has been an amazing, I don't even know, what's the time now, about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock? I don't know. I've been here. 4 o'clock. So we've now been live streaming in 4K for 7 hours, and I hope everything has been perfect. This is a demonstration of what we here at Urban Scoop can now do. And I'm now going to engage with my favourite young lady. So, young lady, did you get into the court today in your chair?
I did, yes. I got the front row seat.
Big up. What was that like for you? Was you in court one?
Yes.
What was it like for you to be in there?
It was exciting. It was interesting, but we couldn't hear a thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible. And the judge said, I believe you can't hear anything, but then nothing was done about it. So part of me thinks, well, is that on purpose or what? I don't know. But I think the whole thing is a waste of time. It's just pathetic and it's scary. It's scary that that's what it's come to. Yeah.
Excellent stuff. I'm just looking to see if my stool is still there, and it is. So will you be coming back tomorrow?
Yes, we are coming back tomorrow.
Excellent. So I'll see you tomorrow, my darling, and we are looking for a very positive outcome tomorrow, and we look forward to the press returning back tomorrow. So for those of you who are watching, can they still see me? My name is Wendell Daniel from Urban Scoop, and it has been great to entertain you guys, to keep you guys informed, to educate you. And you know something? If I was a drinker, I'll now go home and drink beer, alcohol, whatever. But, you know, all I'm going to go home and do later on is chill out, relax, drink a cup of Thai food tea, and chill out and prepare for tomorrow. But all I can say, thank you for watching. Thank you for allowing us into your home. I hope you have learnt something today. And what we do hope, please come back tomorrow for part 2. And please make sure you subscribe to Tommy Robinson's YouTube, Tommy Robinson's Twitter. And it has been an amazing. So I'm going to let you close, man. What are you going to say to people?
I'm going home. I'm going over there for my pina colada. That's the way to do it.
Ooh. So she's going for some pina colada. So thank you very much. And I'm going to close also with my young lady from Urban Scoop. So thank you very much. Yeah, excellent stuff.
We're going to a hotel, which is about 2 yards.
They're in a hotel just there. So,
ladies and gentlemen, patriots, truth seekers, digital warriors. As you already know, this is not just a regular broadcast. This is the Operation Airways Liberation. And of course, it's on the surge. The algorithm are trying to top us. The shadow banding our content and the gatekeeper of this narrative are doing every single thing they can to take us down. But guess what? We are still here and we are not going anywhere. I'm only 23 years old. I'm just getting started. And if you stand with us, this is your moment to strike back. Every pound that you've donated is a bullet in the chamber of truth. And every patron that you've pledged is a shield against this censorship. And every supporter, every subscriber is a soldier in this war of disinformation. And of course, we are building a channel that exposes and shakes the institution. We are rallying community to refuse to be gaslit. We are exposing predators. We are exposing cover-up. We are exposing the corruption. And they hate us for that. Of course, we're not funded by billionaires. We're being funded by you since the beginning. And if you want this voice to stay on air, if you want this resistance to grow louder, stronger, and unstoppable, this is your time to act. Don't wait until I'm gone. Don't wait until the live stream gets caught mid-sentence. Click the link in the description. Become the resistant. Become a sustaining member of the Baraka Show. Fund the war. Fund this enigma machine that we're building, that will counter narrative, destroy the bias, and expose the real nuggets to you live and direct. Because if we fall, they win. And I promised you I won't let that happen. But trust me guys, they're getting very, very close. They are getting so close. And of course, this is not charity. This is a warfare for information. This is survival. This is victory. And I need you to fund this war. Join the resistance, fuel the fight, and keep us on air. Click the first link in the description. Thank you so much.
And the show host, Baraka Amuri.
Our